In 1982, one of America's greatest car designers was arrested. Not for fraud, not for bankruptcy, for cocaine trafficking. The FBI had him on camera. The evidence was overwhelming, and yet he walked free. His name was John DeLorean, and his story is the most insane rise and fall in automotive history. John DeLorean didn't come from money. He grew up in Detroit, the son of a Ford factory worker. But from the moment he touched his first car engine, everyone around him knew. This kid was different. He studied engineering, graduated top of his class, and walked straight into General Motors. Within years, he was the fastest rising executive GM had ever seen. At GM, DeLorean didn't just design cars. He created legends. The Pontiac GTO, the car that invented the muscle car era. The Pontiac Firebird, one of the most iconic American cars ever built. He was making GM billions. He was on the cover of magazines. He was the rock star of the auto industry. But John DeLorean wasn't satisfied, because GM told him what to build. GM told him what to drive. GM controlled everything, and John DeLorean was not a man who liked being controlled. In 1973, he did something nobody at his level had ever done. He quit General Motors, walked away from one of the most powerful positions in the American auto industry, to build his own car. From scratch. His vision was unlike anything on the market. A sports car with a stainless steel body that would never rust. Gull-wing doors that opened upward like wings. A sleek, futuristic design that looked like it came from another decade. He called it the DMC-12. And when he unveiled it, the world went crazy. But building a dream car is one thing. Building a company is another. DeLorean needed a factory. He chose Northern Ireland, a region torn apart by political violence, where the British government was desperate to bring in jobs and investment. They gave him millions in subsidies. He built the factory. He hired the workers. And in 1981, the DeLorean DMC-12 finally rolled off the production line. It was beautiful, it was revolutionary, and it didn't sell. The engine was underpowered. The price was too high. The timing was terrible. America was in a recession. Orders dried up. The factory was hemorrhaging money. By 1982, DeLorean Motor Company was on the brink of collapse. John DeLorean was desperate. That desperation is exactly what the FBI was waiting for. Undercover agents approached DeLorean with a deal: invest in a cocaine shipment worth $24 million and walk away with enough money to save his company. DeLorean said yes. The FBI had it all on tape. In October 1982, agents arrested John DeLorean in a Los Angeles hotel room, a suitcase full of cocaine on the table in front of him. He looked at the camera and smiled. Because John DeLorean knew something the FBI didn't, he had been set up. His lawyers argued entrapment, that the FBI had manipulated a desperate man into a crime he would never have committed on his own. The jury believed him. In 1984, John DeLorean was found not guilty on all charges. But by then, it was all over. The DeLorean Motor Company had already gone bankrupt. The factory in Northern Ireland had closed. Thousands of workers lost their jobs. The dream was dead. And then, something unexpected happened. In 1985, a small science fiction film called Back to the Future turned the DMC-12 into the most famous car in cinema history. The car that couldn't sell in showrooms became immortal on screen. Today, all 9,000 DeLoreans ever built are collector's items worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The car that failed became a legend. So was John DeLorean a visionary who was destroyed by a corrupt system? Or a desperate man who made a terrible choice? Maybe he was both. Because sometimes the line between genius and madness is thinner than a stainless steel door.